Perhaps the aging Kaiser Reinhard saw his end coming, because the last decade of his rule was very energetic and eventful. Returning from his self-imposed religious isolation, the emperor did his very best to secure his new Fraticelli faith in his empire. Seeing the success of his conquest of France, his main method of doing that was near constant warfare against unruly vassals, heathens, and any Christian neighbor who still refused to recognize the universal overlordship of the House of Habsburg. First up was the King of Poland. Václav Piast was still a Catholic, and the relative autonomy of his border region was a thorn in the side of Emperor Reinhard, who wished to impose his system of viceroyalties everywhere. Citing evidence of treason, the Kaiser ordered his vassal to be imprisoned, whereupon King Václav rose his banners in revolt. If he had expected support from the many true Catholics still left in his heretical liege's realm, that support was not forthcoming, and it wasn't long before his kingdom fell before the empire's overwhelming numbers. Poland was turned into a viceroyalty, ruled by a Fraticelli Habsburg puppet. Next was a crusade for Jerusalem. While much of the Near East was already in Christian hands, they were Catholic hands, and the religious leaders of the empire's Fraticelli faith decided it was worth it to obtain some of the holy places for themselves. Though called a crusade, in reality this was just a war between the Holy Roman Empire and the Seljuk Turks. Several castles near Jerusalem were occupied, and the Seljuks, who were struggling with revolts and wars, had no real answer for the empire's now famous horde of armored knights. Though little territory was exchanged, the complete collapse of the Seljuk state, perhaps the last true rival to the Habsburgs, is often credited to this war. Following this chaotic crusade, the Habsburg onslaught turned to the southwest, where it broke the back of the Kingdom of Castile. In a now all too familiar pattern for Europe, Louis Jimena, pretender to the throne of Aragon, had joined the court of Reinhard von Habsburg, who was all too happy to press his claim for him in exchange for fealty. Although the soldiers of Castile were numerous and battle-hardened in the Reconquista, they were once again no match for the Knights of Italy and Germany. Aragon soon fell, and the Habsburgs had expanded beyond the Pyrenees. Venice was next. The last of the independent merchant republics of Italy had held out by virtue of being on an island, but Reinhard ordered his vessels to construct a gigantic armada of galleys, and it wasn't long before Venice was overrun. That left the way open for perhaps the most impressive conquest of Reinhard's reign, the Kingdom of England. After several years of preparations, the old emperor shipped over tens of thousands of eager soldiers with his new armada. The House of Godwin was not prepared for such an onslaught, as they had felt secure behind their channel. But if they had paid attention, they would have seen a naval tradition emerge in the Holy Roman Empire, after the Crusades and the War on Venice. Magnus of Godwin became the new King of England, and he too acknowledged the universal authority of the House of Habsburg. It is here where our knowledge of the reign of Emperor Reinhard von Habsburg of the Holy Roman Empire ends. Building on his father's legacy, the pious and stubborn man had managed to create a state unmatched in Europe. Its wealth and military far eclipsed that of the Seljuk Turks, and even the Byzantine Empire. The future looked bright for the House of Habsburg, and there were few now left who did not recognize their claim to the legacy of Rome. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to JJ Gaming. Yes, and we are in the year 2200 AD. I wanted to run this thing overnight for like 8 hours to see what would happen like a few centuries in the future, but I forgot to turn it off before going to work. So we are now about 1000. The game has been going for 1134 years. we last left off at the House of Habsburg in 1178 AD, so we are literally more than 1000 years into the future. And well, the first thing that you'll notice is the big chunky Holy Roman Empire. Yes, so we have expanded. So the Holy Roman Empire is expanded all the way into Scandinavia, England, Persia, India. But if you look back at the time lapse, it was not really. I think it happened. Most of it happened like the last century or two. But also we saw the formation of the Latin Empire. Oh yeah, I'm in observe mode, so the game is very. So it's showing every single army and everything. Okay, let's have a look at the economic map mode. Actually, I'm curious what the. Yeah, everything is completely green. That makes sense, I guess. Yeah, so it's 300 gold in every province. Makes sense. So, what has been going on in the last 1000 years? Well, first of all, let's have a look if we can still find our boys, the Habsburgs, on the throne. Probably not. Kaiser Adalbert IV, the Great of the Holy Roman Empire, is a von Württemberg, which is an ancient house with 74 living members. But let's have a look at when the Habsburgs lost the throne. This guy has 1.13 million army levies. He's losing money for some. Oh, he's not even making that much money. He can raise 1 million troops. Yeah, let's have a look at the history of the Holy Roman Empire. All right. Well, oh wait, it's still Habsburg here. Only 170 years ago, there was still a Habsburg. Ferdinand the Apostle, the last of the Habsburgs. How is House of Habsburg doing? We have 150 living members, so we're doing fine, I guess. We held 18 empire titles and 206 kingdom titles, 400 duchies. Let's scroll back a bit in the family tree, which is lagging because of how massive it is. You have some kings of Finland. Let's see if we can go all the way back to one of the characters we played. Hey, we have a Saint Radboud, the miracle worker. Is that D? That is D Radboud. Yeah, so this is D Radboud. So this is my the guy who succeeded me in the end, right? Oh no, he didn't. Andreas succeeded me. Okay. I guess at some point the empire returned to the branch of Radboud the Saint, the miracle worker. Very good. So we have, I don't know, like 70 generations before we reach the current era. But we still have some the occasional Habsburg on the throne. What does House Habsburg hold now? Let's have a look. Okay, so here they all are. Okay, there's still a lot. We have a king of Italy, Hadwig von Habsburg, who controls quite large parts of Italy. Very nice. We have a king of Finland still. I guess the Habsburgs have been... Oh my god. Oh, the Rovings were in charge for a bit. Otherwise, it's been an unbroken line since for 1,000 years. Well, it's been an unbroken line for at least nearly 800 years since Voito just reclaimed the kingdom for the Habsburgs. We've been ruling there. Very nice. What about Italy? Kingdom of Italy? Habsburgs have not been on that throne for long. We have the king of Novgorod, is apparently a Habsburg. The king of Valencia. And then we have a bunch of dukes and counts. The Habsburgs have been doing rather well, but I also noticed something else, which is that despite all the efforts of Emperor Reinhard, Catholicism has prevailed. We are... Wow. I mean, there's basically only two religions left. Catholic and Orthodox. And there's some Eastern religions here as well, but Islam is almost completely gone. Yeah, we have only Christianity left and some heresies here and there. Alright. Well, what else can we have a look at? Well, we saw the rise of the Latin Empire, of course. Down here. Let's see who is the one who started that whole affair. It started in 1222 by Lucifer the Sword of Jesus. Ludolf the Sword of Jesus von Heinsberg. Was conquered by this guy, the Umar the Great of the Latin Empire. We had a bunch of Dulcilanin, some Greeks, who have ruled it for most of the period that it has existed. All right, what else can we have a look at? We did see the Aztecs appear and quickly disappear in the time lapse over here in Spain, but they are no longer present on this earth. Although I guess Spain still has Latin or still has Aztec culture. Yeah, this man is an Aztec now. He's a Mesoamerican culture. Let's have a look at the culture map mode, I guess. Oh yeah, this is all Aztec. Okay, well, we got an Aztec Spain, Aztec Morocco. We have a completely Greekified Middle East, and then we have German. German everywhere. I guess the French are still around, but England is completely German. Italy is German. All of Scandinavia is German. Russia is German. Persia is German. Most of India is German. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess. And then we have Rajasthan down here. The Empire of Rajasthan. I guess it's still an empire. Hadwig Mark Fatih, who is a German, is ruling the Empire of Rajasthan. How long has this been around? Created only like 40 years ago by Ludwig the Great. Alright, Frans the Apostle. Van Aarschot. Die Potten chased. Great stuff. Okay, this is... I mean, we are so far into the future, it's nearly unrecognizable. Oh, man. I've never done a time-lapse this long. This is fun. What a mess. I can't believe the game didn't crash. I can't believe it ran smoothly for literally 18 hours, which is great. Alright, well, on this slightly surreal note, we will end the series. Hope you guys enjoyed the Rise of the Habsburg series. Like I said, I might be going on holiday soon. I am working on another sort of series in between, but I'm not quite sure if it will be ready to have my regular upload schedule continue for the next month and a half. I hope so, but no promises. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Rise of the Habsburg series. We've been going into classic CK2 for a bit. The next CK2 series will probably be the Game of Thrones mod again, which I'm sure many of you will be happy to hear. We have some ideas from somebody in the chat, which I will reveal more about later. He's working on a little mod right now. I'm just waiting for him to finish that. But it will be at least 6 weeks before I start recording that, maybe 8 weeks. So that's a little bit into the future still. But I hope you guys enjoyed this vanilla CK2 series. I certainly have. It's been a lot of fun to play a super overpowered character for once. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.